What's going on, Panthers Nation? It's Aaron Duncan here, back again with another edition of the Film Room. And it's always better to do these coming off of a win than it is coming off of a loss. And we're going to go back into the defense. I've been talking about offense for a while, for a few weeks. So I got to spotlight this secondary overall. We know Jaycee Horn is getting a lot of the credit, but I feel like the whole secondary played great. Even without Xavier Woods playing in the game, the whole secondary really stepped up against a really potent passing attack and a good quarterback in Geno Smith, who's had a great year, who's most likely going to be the comeback player of the year. So we got to look into the film and just to see what they were doing in that secondary to really give him fits and cause him to have 2 turnovers, which is very uncharacteristic for him. But before we get into that, like I said, my name is Aaron Duncan here. I do film breakdowns, news and updates on the week, post-game live streams, other live streams and news and updates that come out for the Panthers. When all this craziness and during this playoff push, you need to make sure you stay in the loop. So hit the subscribe button down below and the bell icon. The bell icon is going to make sure you get notification every time I drop a video, and you're going to stay up to date when these film breakdowns come out every week, okay? So, like I said, this secondary really stepped up to the plate. Jaycee Horn really stepped up and established himself as a top-tier corner in this game. A lot of people wanted to talk about JC not shadowing this, that, or the third, or not doing, I don't know, what they think cornerbacks should do in the NFL. But Jaycee Horn had a good shadow rate on DK Metcalf. He was on him for 30 of the 38 routes that DK Metcalf ran, at 79%. He was targeted the most he's ever been targeted in his career, and he really made Geno Smith pay for it with 1 interception and 2 others that he got his hands on that he probably should have brought down if he tapped his toes certain ways. Nevertheless, he made those plays and pretty much did his thing, and it really helped lead this team to victory in a big-time road win. So we're going to go ahead and get to the film right now and look at what all the people in the secondary did, including Jaycee Horn, C.J. Henderson, and even the boy y'all love to hate, my guy Jeremy Chin. Let's go ahead and take a look. So this is the first play of the game, man. Y'all, for the defense at least, y'all saw this play. Of course, Jaycee Horn, this is textbook technique right here. He's going to be at the bottom of the screen right here, lined up across from DK Metcalf, and they're going to do a boot to the left. And so you're going to have an out route by DK Metcalf breaking off right here, as you can see. And then you're going to have a high-low concept. You're going to see Lockett come on the corner route, but this is going to be great route recognition by Jaycee Horn, and look at the hips. He recognizes the underneath route, jumps it, but understands that out the corner of his eye and his peripheral vision that there's a corner route coming up top as well, knowing that he's got to get deep as well. So he gets depth. Watch those hips switch, sinks. Geno does not see him at all. He jumps the route and runs it back. Let's go back a little bit to the top. Watch his hips. Watch this transition. Breaks on it, but watch how he switches his hip. Boom. Flips those hips. Makes the play on the ball. Great ball skills by number 8. Let's go back one more time. So it's going to be a 2-man route, and Lockett's going to take this inside release. And JC pretty much plays 2 guys. Geno pulls up. He thinks he has a man because Lockett's really wide open. If he leaves Lockett, puts some loft on it, puts it over to the sideline, he may be good. But Lockett's a little bit short of a receiver. And so he looks wide open right here. But JC has the route recognition to know that Geno's pulling up. He's not coming back to DK. He peels back, gets it, steps in front of it, man. Let's take it back to the house. To the residence. Woo, look at that spin move. Let's go. To the residence. Oh, my gosh. He tripped over the 17-yard line. There was nobody in front of him. Yeah, it should have been 6. Nevertheless, it's just as effective. But watch it from this view. Lockett peels out. He pulls up. You can see Lockett looks pretty much open right here. But you got, look, there's a shark in the water. Look at JC coming. Times it up perfectly. Steps in front of it. Let's go to the residence. To the house. Spin move. Woo. Not the turf monster because he had blockers. Look, he had Derek Brown. He had Shaq, Miles Hartsfield's coming around. I want him to finish that, man. Get in the end zone. Nevertheless, we score points on that play. What a play by our big-time corner. So next play is, it didn't count because of the flag, but I want to shadow down here at the bottom of the screen, Jeremy Chin versus Noah Fant. Now, Noah Fant is huge, and Jeremy Chin's going to be in man coverage one-on-one with no help on Noah Fant. And just see how he defends the fade. It's a free play, so Geno's going to take a shot. Chin does a good job squeezing and pestering him to the sideline. That's kind of what my old coach used to say. He squares up, forces him to the sideline. Look, doesn't give the quarterback a lot of room to throw. Look, use the sideline as your friend. When I say squeeze and pester, you squeeze him to the sideline and you pester him with your hands without grabbing or holding. You just pester him. That way he can't free up his hands. You pretty much up under his shirt. Look how good this coverage is. Throws his hands up, breaks it apart. This is a textbook drill. Textbook drill and execution by Jeremy Chin. In his hip pocket, squeezing and pestering. Stays stride for stride. Get them hands up. Pass break up. Good play by Jay. So this play, CJ Henderson decided to join the party, and we kept putting extra pressure on them because it was hard for us to get home with 4, so we had to bring pressure, and we did a lot of man coverage and zone behind it. This is the most probably man I've seen from the Panthers in a while. But up top, we have CJ Henderson lined up across from DK Metcalf. Geno's under pressure. I guess he thinks it's a free play as well again, so he just kind of throws it up, and it's a bad pass. And CJ Henderson is in position to make this play, so we bring 6. Louisville forces the pressure. It's behind him. CJ plays the hands. We watch the eyes. And gets in. This is actually zone coverage. I'm sorry. But watch CJ. He sits on the route, sees him breaking. He sees the quarterback opening up. Look at his eyes. He's breaking on the ball, and the pass is behind him. Shaq almost made the play himself. CJ steps in front of it. Instead, when you play zone coverage and put pressure, it's about having good eyes and good instincts. And that's exactly what CJ did right here. This is a great play by him. Watch Louisville get that pressure. You can see Geno kind of just fade away. Now, Louisville comes through free. You can see the ball coming here. Looking at it right now, it's going to be a bad outcome for the Seahawks. CJ steps in front of it. When you play zone and keep your eyes on the quarterback and make smart plays, you do a good job right there, and you get turnovers from a quarterback that doesn't really turn the ball over that much this year. Good job by CJ. All right, this next play is going to be some of that man coverage I was talking about off the blitz. We see we got the linebackers mugged up with Louisville and Shaq Thompson. Right here in the slot, you got Jeremy Chin versus Lockett. Now, this is going to put some pressure, and the pressure just made some things happen, and this is going to be a great job by Jeremy Chin. Dropping back, sees the break. Ball is late on a long throw. Jeremy Chin makes a hell of a break, plays through the man, does not interfere. Running back just a little bit on this play. Watch Jeremy. He's giving a good cushion because man coverage is not his specialty. I'm not going to lie. But this is great coverage and a great play right here. Makes a hell of a break. Gets downhill. That's called playing the sticks, knowing where an opponent has to get to, knowing the blitz is going to be in front of him, and knowing the ball is going to be coming out a little bit quicker. Pass breakup, he's all over that. We love those type of plays on. Third down. So this right here is one of my favorite plays here in the red zone. We got Jaycee Horn versus DK Metcalf up top, and they're going to run a fade. But JC is going to stay on top on the upfield shoulder. Look, it's called staying on the upfield shoulder. That way you don't allow him to go around you, make contact in the end zone, but not grab, not hold, not being too physical. You play the upfield shoulder because a lot of times they're either going to try to go back shoulder or they're going to try to go to the back pylon. This time they try to go to the back pylon, but JC's on top of that, and DK really can't do anything about it. Geno probably should have threw back shoulder right here, but I still think JC has the arm length to be able to, because right now, if he goes back shoulder, it's going to be a tough defense for Jaycee Horn. But the fact that JC is square, has his eyes back on the quarterback, plays the upfield shoulder, that far left shoulder of DK Metcalf, instead of being squared up or whatever, you beats him to the spot. That way DK can't do anything but go out of bounds. He's in perfect position. Can't get them feet down, but a hell of a play right there by number 8. Look like a 0 on the back of his jersey, to be honest, but hell of a play. You get a little bit of a view right here. Like I said, staying on that upfield shoulder. The ball carried him out of bounds, but great way to defend that fade in the red zone. All right, last one here. At the bottom, we got Jaycee Horn and DK Metcalf again. The matchup that everybody wanted, that everybody was looking for. This is a far hash throw. This is a long throw for an out route. And, I mean, this is pretty much a big boy throw. This is a lot of the throws that scouts and stuff look at for quarterbacks as an NFL throw, far hash, deep out. And watch how JC plays this. It gives him a lot of cushion because he understands the down and distance. But that break by DK Metcalf was pretty much telegraphed. But JC, look, he's got 5 yards of separation and the ball is gone. But look how fast he closes. Almost pretty much ran the route for him. And look, DK is shocked. DK Metcalf is shocked. Like, what the heck? Watch. He sits, squats on it. That's called route recognition. At every depth, there's only a certain amount of routes that receivers can run. After they pass the 3-yard mark, they're probably not running a slant or an out or whatever. Once they get to that 10 to 12 mark, it's going to be a curl or an out route or a comeback. It could be a double move, but as a wide receiver gets to certain depths down the field, that's what's called route recognition. And JC understands where the sticks are, this yard line that he's pretty much starting on the 35. And he understands as the receiver continues to get closer and closer to him, there's only a certain amount of routes he can run. So watch how he squats, expecting something to happen. Watch. He's backpedaling a little bit, but right now, this is where he breaks down and understands that this is a breaking point because, one, this is the sticks, and two, there's only a certain amount of routes they can run here, so you can guess. And when you see DK starting to break, he's already coming out of his break as well. And almost taps the feet, man. Golly, I wanted him to get this pick so bad. Thing is, man, in their matchup, DK Metcalf caught 3 passes. Look at that break. And JC got his hands on 3 passes as well. Almost tapped the feet. Almost tapped the feet. See if we can go back just a little. He juggled it. I mean, I don't know if that foot was in anyway. But he juggled it. Had he caught it clean right there, that's a pick, in my opinion. But nevertheless, still effective. So as you can see, the Panthers secondary really stepped up to the plate. They played a lot more man coverage this game, but it gave some yards, of course, on a couple different drives, obviously in garbage time at the end, but that second drive of the game they did as well. But they pretty much stepped up and made plays. We know our secondary, I thought preseason-wise that they would be the strength of our team. They've had some struggles. We know there's been some injuries with Xavier Woods and Dante Jackson, but seeing Jaycee Horn being on the outside and seeing C.J. Henderson actually step up to the plate, if we can get that consistency from these guys and them stepping up, even Jeremy Chin getting involved in coverage and in the run game, we know what he brings to the table with that. This could be a good thing for us, especially when we could play different styles. Like if the pass rush isn't getting there, let's bring some extra blitzers and count on our secondary. If the pass rush is getting there, let's drop more guys in the coverage. So being able to play multiple styles of defense called by Al Holcomb, counting on our secondary, relying on our D-line at times when we can get a chance to with Brian Burns, Derek Brown, Marquise Haynes. I'm excited about this Panthers defense. They've been playing great ball over the past few weeks. They're going to have some tests down the stretch, obviously, with Detroit. And I always got Tampa Bay. You always got to worry about them. And then the Saints and stuff. And, of course, the Steelers. But what I see on film against this potent, which has been a potent offense by the Seahawks, it really makes me feel encouraged. You guys let me know down below in the comments how you feel about our secondary after this game that they played and looking at this film and some of the plays that they made. I want to know how you guys feel and if you feel a little bit more optimistic about their outcome down the stretch. But without further ado, make sure you guys are subscribed. I appreciate you watching this video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon too. That way you get notification when I drop these videos. I'll see you next time. Peace.